Genesis chapter 6, verse 13. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and, behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Verse 14. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. The word gopher wood appears only one time in Scripture. Therefore, we cannot look at any other context to help us identify it, since the Bible does not provide enough information for us to make such a determination. We simply have no way of knowing what gopher wood is today. It is likely safe to assume that gopher wood was identifiable when Moses wrote Genesis. Otherwise, both he and his audience would not have understood what the term meant. But whether this kind of tree is still around today is unknown. The Hebrew Aramaic lexicon of the Old Testament indicates that the word is only found in Genesis 6 and 14 and has only this to say about it: unknown species of tree used for building the ark. Klein's Dictionary of Classical Hebrew states that the term refers to wood from which Noah's ark was constructed, and adds that it was perhaps cypress. But this massive 8-volume dictionary provides no support to bolster the supposition that it may have been cypress. The New International Dictionary of Old Testament Theology and Exegesis describes the term as simply an unknown wood. The leading commentaries do not help us get any closer to positively identifying gopher wood. For example, Wenham wrote the following in his commentary on Genesis: Gopher. The word occurs only here in the OT. The identity of this tree is uncertain. Targum Onkelos understands it to be cedar, whereas the Septuagint translate it square timber, and the Latin Vulgate smooth timber. Modern commentators usually suppose some sort of cuneifer suitable for shipbuilding must be meant. Derek Kidner offers the following information in his commentary: nothing certain is known about gopher wood. Square timber is a guess. A more plausible conjecture is cypress. The highly respected 20th century Jewish scholar E.A. Spiezer had only this to say about gopher wood in his commentary: the timber in question has not been identified. Finally, Andrew Steeman agrees with the above statement in writing the following: gopher wood is mentioned only here in the Old Testament. It probably refers to a type of cedar or pine. Many other commentaries making the same point could be cited. Those that offer cypress, cedar, or some other pine are merely guessing based on what lumber might have been suitable for building a large wooden vessel. In some cases, we need to consider whether these guesses are influenced by the unbiblical assumptions that the flood was merely a regional event, that Noah built the ark in the same region in which it landed. Many Christians do not seem to recognize how such a view is incompatible with Scripture. The Genesis flood covered the entire globe. The pre-flood world perished. Thus, we cannot assume that since the ark landed on the mounts of Ararat, that trees grow in that region today are the same type that would have been available to Noah before the flood. very clear that biblical scholars have absolutely no clue what gopher wood was or is today. However, when doing a simple Google search of this wood, two definitions are provided. The first definition states, in biblical use, the timber from which Noah's ark was made, from an unidentified tree. The second definition states, either of two North American trees. The reading of these definitions will lead one to believe that gopher wood came from an unknown tree on the eastern hemisphere in so-called Mesopotamia. At the same time, it also comes from two trees in the Americas that are themselves unknown and unidentified. But what are these two trees? Upon further review and research, these two trees in question are actually one tree, the Florida Toria or the Toria taxifolia. The Florida Toria or Toria taxifolia is one of the world's oldest and rarest known trees. It grows amongst the bluffs and ravines of Gadsden and Liberty counties in Florida. They call it the stinky cedar because of its strong odor it gives when cut or bruised. Despite its smell, however, they used it for a wide variety of purposes ranging from fence posts and shingles to Christmas trees and riverboat fuel. The tree's popularity almost spelled its doom. It is estimated there were 600,000 Toria trees living in the Apalachicola River Valley during the 1800s. Only around 200 survive today. Modern scientists report that the Toria once lived across North America and is one of the oldest known tree species on Earth. This is interesting in light of the local legend that the Florida Toria was the biblical gopher wood from which Noah built the ark. Could this be the wood Noah used and the approximate location of his dwelling place? No one can say with 100% accuracy, but if we have learned anything in life, it should be that if we are told something is up, it would behoove us to look down.
But we're also sitting in an area where you say Noah built the ark.
Noah built the ark out of gopher wood, which God selected himself for him to build it out of.
Is this the only place that you know of?
This is the only place on this earth where it has ever grown. It's the most peculiar wood on earth. You can take a piece of it the size of this match when it's green. You can't break it. You can twist it and turn it. It's the lightest wood on earth. I have had its fibers, its structure, its every phase of it chemically analyzed. There's no other wood on earth like it. It's the lightest. And Noah built the ark out of wood not very far from where you and I are sitting here at Toria State Park. It was loaded, and then it floated 5 months and landed on Mount Ararat, where we know definitely that it's now embedded in the ice.